Hello! Hello! It's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. I didn't know you were in my cupboard. You're likely to be found anywhere at any time. True. Hey, listen, guess what? Today, this is the reason I was getting in here. We're going to do another recipe on the label. This has become one of my favorite things. How about you? Okay, look what this is. This is soup mixers, noodle soup mix, Laura Lynn. Okay, Laura Lynn. Tell you the honest truth, I don't even remember where I got this. Either somebody gave it to me, I might have bought it at the Dollar Tree. I don't know. If you know anything about Laura Lynn products, let me know where they come from. But needless to say, it's been down in my food stores for a little while, and I thought, you know what? I think I better use it. So I looked at the box, and there was this recipe on the label right here. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, the recipe is called Country Style Chicken Noodle Soup. So it calls for 1 envelope. There's 2 in here. You know, I think this is probably similar to the Lipton thing. And I know this had to cost $1 or less, probably less, I'm sure. So, and it says it's a product of the USA. Right there. USA, USA. Silly granny. Okay, come and join me because there's just very few ingredients in this, and I think it might give you some ideas as to how you can use your noodle soup mix. Okay? All right. So come on. Let's go. Okie dokie, here are the ingredients for the recipe on the label. And I want to show you the recipe right here. You can do a screenshot of this if you want to. We need 1 cup of cooked boned chicken or 1 cup of canned chicken. It says drained, but I'm not going to drain it because I don't want to waste the flavor. It calls for chopped fresh or canned tomatoes, a cup of that, and 3/4 cup of, come on baby, fresh, frozen, or canned mushrooms sliced. Okay? All right. So you're supposed to start out with 4 cups of water. So I'm going to get the water going. We got to bring it to a boil. My water is already hot from the tap, so good enough. Got my mushrooms, got my tomatoes. I'm going to use the whole can. I've got my chicken. Now this is Clover Valley chicken breast. It's a can, $2 from Dollar General. And just so you know, I took a little bit out of this. I measured out a cup, and then I gave the rest to my little doggie in her rice this morning. And she was loving me for that. She says, "Thank you, Mama." And here calls for 1 packet of the noodle soup. And that's it. That's all there is. So I'm going to get the water going, and then we're going to come back and we're going to dump all this in. Aren't you excited? Aren't you? Come on. Get excited, because we're gonna do the recipe on the label. Recipe on the label. Recipe on the label. Presented to you by Simple Food, Simple Life. Please like, subscribe, and share, because everybody needs to know this stuff. Boom, shakalaka. Sing it, mama. Okie dokie, the water's coming up to a boil. So the recipe tells me that I need to pour in the packet of soup mix. Let me give this a quick stir. And it just smells like the Lipton soup mix, you know, the standard kind, or even the Dollar General kind. The Dollar General is called, what, Country Covered or something like that. So, now it tells me that I have to dump in the rest of the ingredients. So I'm going to put in the chicken. If you hesitate to buy Dollar General, Clover Valley canned chicken, don't, because it's really good. I'm going to pour in the can of mushrooms. These are mushroom stems and pieces from Aldi. As you know from my other video, they've gone up in price, but these were 72 73 cents. And I'm going to put in the tomatoes. These are just plain. They're not flavored with anything. So, well, that looks kind of delicious. All right, now I'm going to let this simmer until the powdered chicken bouillon in there is nicely dissolved. And I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. And we're going to come back and we're going to taste it. That's all there is to it. This is it. That's the recipe on the label. So we'll be back. Well, the soup is done. It actually said on the instrucciones to boil or simmer for 5 to 7 minutes. So look, okay, the soup is done. I'm sorry. It just makes me laugh because this is so easy. Okay, now I've dished a little bit out here. I'm letting it cool off because I want to taste it. Okay. Now then. Let me give it a taste here. Those noodles are awfully tiny. Okay, now I haven't salted it. I haven't put pepper in or anything. I've just followed the instrucciones on the label. All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It does need some salt in it. Now then, and pepper. Now, what if, let's just do what if. What if we took this lovely recipe on the label, country style chicken noodle soup. Okay, what if we took that, and what if, I'm going to turn the heat back on. What if we added, let me see. What if we added this? Some minced onion. What if we added some Italian seasoning? What if we added some parsley? What if we added some garlic powder? And what if we added one more packet of chicken noodle soup as it is right now without adding any extra water? Except for, what if we added 1 can of mixed vegetables with the water included, because there's good vitamins and flavor in that water? What if we did that? Shall we do that? Shall we do that and see what happens to our soup? Okay, I'm going to do it. All right, in goes the garlic. In goes the minced onion. In goes the parsley. In goes the Italian seasoning. In goes the chicken noodle soup, the other packet, because you know this was pretty cheap to begin with. And in goes our can of mixed vegetables. Okay, get it all stirred up. I'm going to turn the heat back on, and then we're going to come back and we're going to look at this baby. Awesome. Look, it's looking better already. This is awesome. All right. Hey, let me tell you something. You notice when it comes to these recipes, the recipe on the label, do you notice that most of the time it only requires the addition of pantry items. In other words, items that you probably already have in stock in your pantry, or items that for the most part can be very inexpensive and go a long way. So keep that in mind. Always look at the label and see if there's a recipe on the label in which you can use your pantry items. Because you know what? At some point, this might make a whole meal for your family. Make some bread, some cornbread muffins, a grilled cheese, toasted cheese sandwich, peanut butter sandwich, honest to goodness, and you have a meal. All right, I'm going to let this go for about 5, 7, 10 more minutes on a simmer. We're going to come back and we're going to taste it and compare it to the first one. Okay? This is so much fun. There you go. That's after we put the add-ins in. That looks really, really good. And just so you know, I put salt and pepper in there also, although I did not show you that, but I did. Now, here are the 2 sample dishes. This is the first one, which I tasted. Okay. Following the instructions on the label, this is what we got. The second one, with the add-ins that I showed you, this is what we have. And this is what we have. I want you to know this smells absolutely delicious. And look how many more noodles are in there just by adding that 1 extra package. Still very, very cheap, very economical, but more substance. So I'm going to taste this. This has got the mixed vegetables in there. It's got the extra packet. Let me see, because I got to have some shrooms in there. Mushrooms. Okay, here we go. Awesome. This is good. This is awesome. Good, awesome, good, awesome, good. I'll take awesome. Okay. All right, that's it. That's what I got for you today. Another recipe on the label. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Listen, I'm going to take this soup. I'm going to store it in my jars in the fridge like I always do. And then I can just portion it out whenever I want. Okay? Or give some away. Listen, I love you guys. You know I do. I hope you give this a try. And I hope that it sort of sparks your imagination. Let your imagination run away with you and have some fun with this. And you know what? You got supper right there. You got supper for your family right there. Okay? For not very much money. I love you guys. And listen, as always, you know that little is much when God is in it. Oh my gosh. I'm excited. All right, listen, I love you, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.